Hello, beautiful souls. My name is Lynn. This is my very first YouTube video. I wanted to create a video where I can share my journey on the steps I took to opening my online crystal shop. So let's begin. Something that you have to consider is what kind of crystals you want to have in your inventory. In my case, I wanted to start small, so I decided to have things such as jewelry, carvings, meditation stones, and some raw specimens. I wanted to start small, and I think that was a great decision in my part. Later on, as my business grows, I will want to have more variety of crystals. After knowing what kind of crystals I wanted to have in my inventory, I needed to name my business. Three divine gems came very easy. The number three is a very significant number to me and my loved ones. I do also believe in numerology, so the number three is a very particular number for us. I have two daughters and I see them as gems. So like I said, three divine gems came naturally. I think it was one of the easiest things throughout this journey, naming my business. Then after that is creating a logo. So I did hire someone to help me with my logo and my website. Her name is Eva. She did a great job. I'm very happy with the results. So creating a logo is something that you have to take consideration. If your business name is a typical name or a very common name, your domain might not be available and you might have to either tweak your name or buy your domain from someone else. Like I mentioned, mine was available, so I bought that domain. After that, I needed to choose a site. When I was doing the research on to open my crystal business, there were two options that were the most popular, which is Etsy and Shopify. Etsy for me personally is for artists and people who are very crafty, and I didn't think that was a route for me, so I chose Shopify, and that's where I launched my website. Also, social media. I needed to make sure that I had social media for my business, and in my case, I chose three. I chose YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Those are great tools to have your business exposed, get more clients, get more traffic to your website. And I think now social media is a great way for small business to be advertised. The last step is time and cost. I think time and cost is very personal. In my case, like I said, I wanted to open a business on the beginning of the year. So for me, it was about 6 months. Out of those 6 months, two were for designing the website or creating the website. Even though I hired someone, I was in charge of most of the things, doing most of the things. As a business owner, you do a lot of the back end. I needed to research the vendors. I wanted to buy ethically mined crystals, so that was one thing. Another was receiving the crystals and seeing the quality of the crystals. Once I had the quality that I wanted on crystals, I needed to ensure that there was pictures of the crystals, and then edit the pictures and send them to Eva to be uploaded on the website. When I did the contract, it said it was going to take 2 to 3 weeks, but in my case, it took 2 months on, and that was my responsibility because I was the one that took all that time to ensure that the crystals were up to par or what I wanted them to be. So like I said, it's very personal depending on your time, on how much you have time to invest. So that will be something to take in consideration. And then cost. So I had a budget and I stuck with that budget. I didn't go over my budget, but you can open a business or a crystal shop with a couple of $100 or a couple of $1,000. It just depends on you. Make sure that when you're buying a wholesale that you stay within your budget, because once you start seeing all those beautiful crystals, you can easily go out of budget. And then buy a couple of samples of each crystal so you can have in your inventory, and then go from there. So I couldn't give you an exact amount of money that I spent because I did outsource some of the stuff. You can save money by doing the website on your own and doing your own logo. But in my case, I wanted that to be done by a professional. So I did spend money on that. So it just depends how much money you want to save doing things on your own or how much you want to outsource. One other thing that I wanted to mention was I did have an LLC registered back in 2021. My LLC has a different name, and Three Divine Gems is a DBA, which is doing business ads. When I was doing the research for my opening my shop, my crystal shop, my small business, I did not find a lot of information on that. So if that's something that you're interested in, you want more information, just let me know and I will create a more in-depth video about that. But yeah, that was the journey that I took. If you have any questions, you want me to explain something more in depth in another video, I would love to do that. I hope that I can create a community. I hope that our community grows here. I'm very grateful and I thank you for your time. And until next time, bye guys.